happy Monday. Next Monday is Memorial Weekend, so we have holiday weekend to look forward to. And I will tell you, it is a fantastic time to reach out to people, especially on social media, because they are on their phones, whether they're traveling, whether they're picnicking, whether they're relaxing, they are on their phones. So if you're doing anything with Facebook, anything like that, this is a great time to reach out to people. And maybe start your show, right? Life is good. Cannot have a positive life with a negative mind. That's my quote for the day. You got to stay positive. So what's going on? Let me hide this for a second. What's going on here? Well, we have 2,949 listings, almost 22 days of inventory. Now, I did something different. That's compared to last month, but not compared to the year-to-date number. So we probably still have 18. So today I get up, I'm ahead of the game. I did my walk, I did my runs. I was so on top of everything. I come back to home and I had a computer issue yesterday, which I fixed. Okay, I got it fixed. Took about an hour to fix it. But this morning I go and all my Excel spreadsheets are gone at home. So anyway, I had to kind of put this together real quick, and I don't have all the stats I normally do, but I'll have them tomorrow because I can fix it after the show today. But we do have 2,298 available single family homes. And remember, they're turning over because you put 128 under contract this weekend, and you listed 111. So it's turnover. It's not like these are stale listings that you've shown your buyers. So every day you got to be watching, because we're adding 100, at least 100 every day. So you've got 100 new properties to show your buyers. I was doing some work on the website this weekend because I found something that was out of date and I wanted to fix it. And I came across this listing, and the listing, I'm going to give you the number. It's MLS number 228. I could just put it down here in the chat, I guess. Why don't I just do that? I forget about this stuff sometimes. Let me add an item. Okay, so it's MLS number 2287759. And I'm going to update and just show that to you. I'm telling you. Anyway, so the reason why I found this listing is I was making sure that our foreclosure part of the website was working, so that we want to search for, we have a little tab that you can search for foreclosure. So I wanted to make sure that it was working because we had a glitch with it a couple months ago, and it was fixed. And I just wanted to go back because I didn't go back to test it, and I went back. Of course, it was fixed. Kane's excellent. But anyway, I came across this $7.5 million listing, and I'm looking at the pictures, which I invite you to do. It is absolutely awesome. It is awesome. And an old friend of mine, Joe DeRaffaella, had it listed. And it didn't really say in the remarks that it was a foreclosure. So I called Joseph and I said, "Hey, Joe, I think you might be able to sell this thing, especially to California buyers, if you put it out there to California." And he said, "Well, if you want to, you're free to do that, So if you want to give Joe a call and see if you want to market it, because if you have a conversation with him, the owner of this property put $21 million into this property. It is beautiful. It is gorgeous. And it's not too far out. It's meaning furnishing, the way that they decorated it. It really, I think we could live in it, right? It's 16,000 square feet. It's huge. It's huge. I think it's 16,000 square feet. Let me just double check here. Yeah, it's 16,000 square feet. And it sits on, let me go back and see. I think it's It's sitting on an acre, and it's beautiful. It's down there by Sunset and Russell in that area. So the good news is if you market it, this gentleman might be in a position to take less money because it's in foreclosure. So, I don't know. I'm thinking that, and it's 3%, everybody. So I'm just giving you that little tip. And if you've been to any of my social media classes, or you know how to boost or do an ad on Facebook, I would definitely do it and circle California, because San Francisco and Los Angeles, I think you might get a buyer. I really think you might get a buyer for Joe. And call Joe. He's a wonderful guy. He was always one of my favorite people. I haven't seen him for several years though, but anyway, great agent. The listing is done to perfection, which is speaks of his professionalism and the work that he's doing for his seller. Who doesn't want to make 3% of a few $1,000,000? I know I would like that. I could get a videographer, for heaven's sakes. I always market other properties. Yeah. Well, call Joe. I gave you the MLS number. He can give you some details. I don't really want to share what he shared with me, because he was telling me, and he can tell you a little history, which will make you really want to do it. I don't have enough hours in the day to do one more thing right now. So I might create an ad for y'all to see, who could get that lucky buyer out there. But I'm sure there's somebody out there. Good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. So if you market other properties, and this one, because of the pictures, because he might share those with you, you never know. You can actually, if you have an Agent Formula website, he has a virtual tour. I think it's Matterport. I believe it is. And you can actually use that link if you're an Agent Formula member, and put it out there, put it on your business page and boost it, or create an ad. I'm telling you, somebody's going to want that house, a 16,000 square foot house that the owner has put $21 million into. And it's on the market for 7.5. And right now he's in default. He's in foreclosure. So might be an opportunity, just saying, for a Monday. Nice way to hit the midpoint of the year is with a $20,000-$30,000 commission out there, right? 20,000, that's not bad. Let's see, 7 million times 3, 21. That's not bad. Oh my gosh, that's 210. What's wrong with my math today? 75123 times 0.03. Oh my gosh, 225,000. Oh, well, now the worm turns, right? We really might want to list that baby, or sell that baby, and help Joe out too, and help this gentleman that built the house for his family. Then I guess they all grew up, and now I think he's back in the East Coast. And anyway, talk to Joe. That's my tip for the morning. Talk to Joe. So, I didn't have time this morning to do a PowerPoint of what I want to talk about today. But what I want to talk about today is reverse engineering your listings. And what do I mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is, let me get my notes here. You're going to have a new strategy. You're going to have a new strategy here when you reverse engineer your listing calls. So when you call somebody, and hopefully everybody's making their phone calls or doing some prospecting with a farm. Got to have a farm. So you want to give them options. So you're calling them and you're saying, and if they're your past clients, you can say, how has the past 420 days been in the pandemic affect how you feel about your home? And get into the conversation and just listen to what they have to say. And you can ask them, let's just assume that they're thinking of selling their home. because maybe you sold them their home, or maybe the house next door sold if you're doing some circle prospecting, which I recommend. Anyway, whether you're knocking on that door face to face or calling them, you say, I'd like to just have a real estate uh, consultation with you. That's the word. I want to have a real estate consultation with you and see, if you're thinking of selling, I just don't want to list your house and it be gone in 2 days and then you have no place to live. So I'd like to just tell you how I reverse engineer the situation that we're in. And what you're going to do is you're going to consult with them about what you are going to do to find them a home. So you're going to ask them, where do you want to live? Well, if they're moving out of state, you'll find them an agent in another state, because you know how to pick them, and they may not have somebody in that other state. A lot of times when people move out of state, they do have people because they're moving to be with family or because of a job, and everybody knows a real estate agent, right? So that may not work out. But if they're moving out of state, that's okay. List their house. And it'll sell, of course, in a couple days. And it really doesn't matter the price. It looks like they're all just going off the shelf. I say like pancakes because I'm tired of saying toilet paper. So anyway, and then you're going to consult with them about, here's what I'm going to do. Let's go on the computer. Show me the area where you want to move to. If they're going to stay in Vegas. So maybe they live in Henderson and they want to move to the Northwest. Maybe they had a job change. Maybe they're working up, in the Northwest right now, or the Southwest. But they want to get out of the Southeast for whatever reason. Anyway, you circle the map and you say, okay, let's zone in, like, are schools important? Is being close to a hospital important? Is being close to shopping important? And really zone in on what's important to them so that you can find them a home before they list their home, right? It possibly is not going to be on the market, right? It could be. That would be like gold if you could do that. But let's say that the home that they want, there's nothing on the market right there. So you're going to start reverse engineering, and you're going to knock the doors in that neighborhood where they want to be. You're going to get phone numbers. I told you last week, there's forewarn. There's several different ways you can get people's phone numbers. Sometimes even the title companies have them. And you can get the information from the title company in a day, which will tell you how long people have been in their homes. And so you might want to start with them and say, hi, Frank, this is Ruth, and I have a seller who wants to sell their home, but they don't want to sell their home until they find a home, just because of how booming this market is. Are you interested in considering selling? Because I would have a buyer because they're interested in this neighborhood. So, and if you are interested in selling, let's say they say yes. Oh, you are? Okay. But they're afraid of selling too, because where are they going to move? And say, I can do for you what I'm doing for my seller. I can sell your home to them. And during the time that you all are fixing up your homes, whatever you need to do, some staging, some painting, I will find you a home. So now you found your first seller a home. So you're going to do that. And now you're going to find the new seller a home. And you're going to do the same thing. And because it worked for the second seller, they believe, they have confidence, they have trust, and they think that you're really a professional because of what you're doing for your seller. And that is how you reverse engineer. And it's not that difficult. Oh, hi, Nikki's bringing me coffee. Hi, Miss Nikki. Thank you. Yay. So, and we talked about circle prospecting last week, and this is another example of how you can use circle prospecting to find your seller a home. And it works. It's been, and how do I know it works? Well, I know it works because Tom Ferry and his club of agents, I watched a show, and they're making it work on all different parts of the country. And we're sellers are sellers, buyers are buyers, houses are houses. So it wasn't like there was anything really different about the different agents that I listened to who are doing this and being successful at it. So I think that that's one thing that you all should consider doing in this market. And, Tom Ferry says, get your ego out of the way and just pick up the phone and start making phone calls. So, and he also says, everybody, that we have about 3 to 4 years before he believes that the interlopers are going to take about 40 to 50% of our market and sell it back to us. And so what he recommends is that we build a moat around our database and we start communicating with them, because if we don't, they are going to take our business away. Now, he thinks we have 3 to 4 more years before that's going to happen. So in the meantime, you need to start communicating with your sphere of influence. If you don't have a database, get a database. I tell you all the time, if you have 2 or 3 farms and you have 500 homes in the farm, that you're going to get 24 listings a year. Those are the national stats. And in Vegas, it might even be better. And out of those listings, you are going to probably get more listings and or some buyers. So, you can turn that 24 listings into 36 transactions, and that's not a bad paycheck, right? If you take 7,000 times 36, let me do the math real quick, because I don't trust my head today. You're looking at 252,000, right? So, of course, 30% is going to go to taxes. We talked about that last week. 30% is going to go to keeping your business going with the printing material, your website, your marketing that you're going to do. I always recommend, the Buffini system, where you email them once a month. If you have Agent Formula website, we email them once a month for you with the Las Vegas Market Watch. And and then you need to send out personal notes, and you need to send out items of value, and that's all postage. So, if you do the numbers, it's about $2,000-3,000 a month for 500 home farm couple. And I would recommend a couple neighborhoods there. So, and that's the way you're going to build the moat around your business, so that the interlopers, as I call them, and interlopers are people that come into unwanted territory. And believe me, we don't want them. So I call them interlopers. And they're going to come in and they're going to advertise and they're going to do whatever they do to take your business away from you if you are not the go-to agent for your database. And if you start building a farm right now, within you got Christmas, you got all the holidays coming up. It's a great time to start a farm. If you didn't start it, 6 months ago or a year ago, or you don't have one, it's never too late. And I can always find a good reason to start one. Right now, you start it. People in the summertime, they're busy. They're probably going to see your mailings or whatever, and they might not pay a lot of attention right now, or maybe they will. You never know. But let's assume that they don't. Don't be discouraged, because you got a lot of holidays coming up that you can do things. July the 4th, you can stick a flag in their yard, with your card on it. For instance, you can even do that in Memorial Day if you already have a farm. John always does that. He goes and he buys flags and he puts them in people's yards with his card, not blatantly there, because the idea is, to be patriotic. And that's his Popeyes for Memorial Day and for the 4th of July. And you can always do the relish mustard and ketchup delivery too. And I think somebody said in one of our classes last week that they have those on sale. Amazon has those little packages, barbecue set, they call it, on sale right now. So that's something that you can do. So the holidays are coming, and we have Halloween. You can. There's so many different things that you can do this time of looking forward into the future and planning. If you don't have a goal, you don't have a target, and you're not going to achieve what you want to achieve, because you have to have a plan. You have to have a business plan. You have to be building a business, working on a business. And if you don't have a plan, you don't have a business. So anyway, you have all these holidays coming up now in the next 6 months. So Memorial Day is coming up. You have the 4th of July, you have Labor Day, then you have Halloween, then you have Thanksgiving, then you have Christmas. I mean, oh my gosh, so many things so many creative things that you can do to stay in touch with people during these holidays. So, I think that was it. Like I said, I didn't have time to do the PowerPoint, but I think that's about it. I will do a PowerPoint and I will share it. I put a lot of information up on the group, and you've got this that I posted in the group. No praise for failure to appraise. Offer tactics regarding the purchase price. And this is put out by the Nevada Association of Realtors, and it was put out on May 13th. And it says the number one question into the legal information today revolved around the use of following language in offers. In the event the property does not appraise, I'm telling you, it's a Monday. In the event that the property does not appraise, the buyer agrees to pay $10,000 over appraised value in cash at the close of escrow. So what they're saying, it lacks definite and certain terms. So what does that mean? You need a ceiling and you need a floor. Anyway, read this, because and John was working with an agent yesterday on this thing. How is this going to be interpreted? What if it comes in under appraised price? Is that going to hurt the seller? So you have to be and or the buyer. So you have to be concerned about this and be careful. I have a class today, me and Jimmy. Let's look what that's going to be. It is writing and presenting the RPA, the advanced strategies. And we're going to talk about this today in our class. And it's not too late to sign up, because the class is from 2 to 5 today. So if you want to make sure you're writing that RPA good, correctly, and you'll have a better chance of looking out for the seller's agent, seller, and for your buyer. So what could be better than that? Fair dealings to all. So go to bee.vegas and you can Zoom in, or you can come to the classroom. And we also serve refreshments and hors d'oeuvres when we have the 2 to 5 time. So Jimmy and I are just filled with ideas and tips for you, and you'll get 3 CE contract credits as well. So I love you all. Thank you for putting up with me today, because I certainly wasn't as prepared as I wanted to be. Tomorrow's another day, though. I love you all. Have a wonderful day.